Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome
Welcome, welcome.
again. All the Gold Podcast, all the gold, all the time. Yo, this is
Before you go, is
episode
this
seven.
episode 7?
Episode seven.
Episode 7.
Episode seven, y'all. We rolling, y'all. Again, like always, you always appreciate y'all support with the YouTube channel, with the
Right.
podcast channel. Man, we on almost I think by this next Monday, we're gonna be episode 10, the golden episode.
That's right. That's right.
Let's do it. Tonight was Monday Night Raw. We're gonna roll to WrestleMania. It's been kind of long. A lot of people have been impatient with the
Uh-huh.
process, and that will be our hot take later on. Our first Monday Night Raw hot take later on after this review.
Right. Um, I mean, let's kick it off, man. Charlotte, North Carolina.
Hmm.
Kevin Owens, God, I said Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn did a promo recap. Sami Zayn opens up Raw. Uh, Remember we talked about the previous episode. I'm not really into this one. I'm like, they can miss me with this whole match, but I mean, it is what it is. I think they
Yeah,
fight because they're going to Toronto.
yeah,
Um, Pierce comes out and tells Sammy not to do the match.
right.
Sammy was like, "Yo, going to do the match." I'm just paraphrasing. I'm going to do the match.
Yeah,
So he said, Adam was like, "Look, you do it. We ain't responsible for what happened to you, basically."
yeah,
And
yeah,
then he basically just gave him the match. So I'm like, I knew where it was going to lead to. So I really wasn't really like, oh God, what's going to happen? I knew what was going to happen. So your
yeah.
thoughts on this? I'm gonna let you handle this one. This is
All
all
right,
you.
cool. I say open all the use that you kind of get a
Right.
little excited about this. I saw the video package. I was just thinking, okay, maybe he'll come back next week. I didn't expect him to come out tonight. That was kind of a surprise. Was it a surprise? I was like a big pop? No, but it was like, oh, he's here. Okay, interesting. Um, as he's cutting the promo, I'm thinking, what are they going to do with this? What are you going to do at the chamber next week? My thought is this. Either they're going to meet up, it's going to be like a massive brawl. I feel like they won't be a finish next week. It will be some kind of like a double knockout. They fall off the stage, little pyro here and there, something like that. They fall off something, both of them get carried on a stretcher, and maybe they'll feud into WrestleMania, something like that.
Right.
I understand why I see it two ways. I understand why a lot of fans are like, we've done this so many times. And then on the other side, a part of me thinking maybe they might put a pretty solid match at WrestleMania. So I get both perspectives, but I'm kind of like hopeful they'll tear it up at WrestleMania. That's what it seemed like was going to happen with them.
Yeah.
You know.
Just to just touch on. I'm like, I think this might be a one-off. I don't think that it will go
Mm.
into WrestleMania. I think
Hmm.
they're doing it because it's like they're trying to build up, I guess, the Canadian crowd. I mean, you got Sammy. They both Canadians. That's what I'm thinking they were doing. I'm not
Mm.
really sure where they're going with it exactly, but I don't see it as a WrestleMania match because
Okay.
just to go a little bit further, later on in the show, you saw Karrion Cross. So some way Karrion Cross is still involved with messing with Sami Zayn. So I don't know how this would go, but I think this is just a one-off. Just because they in Toronto, that's it.
Hmm.
Yeah,
That's a
so
good
they try to
point.
utilize all the Canadian stars. They top
True,
Canadian stars.
true,
Yep.
because that's going to be a hot crowd for both of them. So that I'm interested to see how that's going to turn out. So
Right.
hopefully something is done right about this. Where other perspectives that happens at the next
Right.
change. Yeah, because like I said, I was surprised to see Sami Zayn, but we'll see where it goes next week. Next week will be the go home show before the chamber, so
Mm-hmm.
maybe there's some kind of reaction. This goes. I'm not a fan of the car promos. I'm
Nah.
not a fan of that. I
Nah.
don't like it at all. For the crowd who's actually
It,
there, you
it was
don't know what they're
good.
saying.
It was good when they first did it,
Yeah,
but when you constantly doing it, it gets played real quick. So I'm like, yeah,
yeah. It ran its course really fast. It's
really
like,
fast.
yeah, that's
I
it.
agree.
That's it for that one.
Yeah. So then, just running into that, the next segment, this is a quick recap between Naomi and Bianca. They showed footage of Jade's attack.
Hmm.
Not Adam Pierce, but they showed how Nick Aldis showed them
Yeah,
the tape, the footage, and it went straight to a Judgment Day segment. Basically letting uh, Liv. I think she was just pumping them up, and then she was talking to Raquel, and Raquel was like, "How's she gonna smash Roxanne?" Just are you tired of the Judgment Day?
it's To me, it's ran its course.
It's right.
After
Thank you.
what was that match? Was it Street Fight? Was it a Street Fight? I
Yeah.
can't remember what match it was, and I don't know if it was the Netflix debut. It was Damian Priest versus Finn Balor, I think, a Street
Right.
Fight. I don't remember what show it was, but I thought that should have been in. I feel like with them still doing stuff backstage, it's kind of pointless to me. Like it's really at this point you should split them up. Like the whole Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan saga. No, I'm over that. It's like
Right.
we don't need it anymore. It's not exciting. Carlito, he just sitting back and playing video games. This is
I don't
like
even know
I
what
don't
his.
know.
I don't even know what he does.
I don't know either. Yeah,
He's like the guy at work that he just shows up and don't do anything.
yeah,
He's like, yo, what do you do? You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
what are you here for?
It's always taking off too.
Like,
Yeah,
what's your purpose,
I'm
sir?
with you on that. I'm with
Right,
you. I'm with you. Like
right.
it's Judgment Day is just it's not exciting. I feel like last year was exciting. When they had
Yeah.
everybody there. It's run its course. I feel like they don't have anything for Dominic Mysterio because he's such a. I'm a fan. I like Dominic Mysterio, but don't have anything for him right now.
I
Yeah,
like him. Trust me, I
um,
like Dominic. I think he brings a lot to the table.
yeah,
I think he's just. I won't say that his character is played out. I like him better as a villain than I do as a baby face. You know what I'm saying? Like I like him more as a heel than a baby face. I
yeah,
just feel like for Dominic, he's just stuck in this story,
yeah,
and it's like he's just spinning in the mud. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
they have to end it because like
yeah.
at this point, like you said, what else is there to do with the Judgment Day? So
I don't think he has anything to do. Maybe he wins
right,
the Andre Battle Royal or something like that at
right.
Mania. He doesn't have anything to do. Like it's run its course.
Well, it ran its course definitely. Another thing too is like they keep teasing something with Finn Balor. Don't know what it is exactly, but I see eventually they're gonna have him split first. I think he'll make the split first.
Hmm.
Yeah, I just don't see like it's kind of like friction between him and Liv.
Yeah,
A lot of friction between them two.
yeah. I see your point, but my wonder and concern is how would they split that? Because he's a heel and Liv is a heel. So how do you
I
do
mean,
that? That makes
just have
sense.
him
You know what I'm
not like
saying?
they can be getting jumped, and all of a sudden he walk out the ring. Just leave him getting jumped and walk away from him. You can do that. I mean, it's you can do some things. You got some options. I
Hmm.
just wish they pull the trigger and get rid of him now. I'm tired of it, man.
What if they do this? It just popped in my head. What if they do? This is a weird, all fancy booking thing.
Fantasy booking.
Fancy booking here. So what if they do hmm, Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio?
I can see that.
What if they do that? His frustration gets kind of like
Right.
really to the boiling point, and he's frustrated, and Dominic Mysterio's just like chilling. He don't
Yeah.
really get
And
mad at
also, if
anything.
you think about it, JD McDonough is hurt, right?
Yeah, he
So
is.
I mean, even with him being there, right? They just look lost.
They
They
do.
look lost.
They
They look
do.
like like I said, keep spinning in the mud. It's just like that segment that they had, very awkward. I mean, you have like you said, Carlito playing games by itself.
Yeah,
He's talking to Liv. Raquel sitting in there doing something with her hand. I don't know what she was doing, but like they just look lost, man. So I mean,
they do. Hmm.
it's enough said about that one, in my
Okay.
opinion. I
So
can't
that
go no more with that one because like, what else can you say about it, right?
yeah, right, exactly. See, that's another
Right.
thing, fancy booking. And so if they done it, it'd be like
But I
they
do like that. I do like the point you just made with the Finn versus Dominic.
yeah.
Like, let's just say
Hmm.
fantasy booking.
Okay.
Dominic Finn gets in Liv's face. Dominic tries to defend her honor, right? That's her man. Try to defend the honor. I understand that. And then it leads to a match between him and Finn. Yeah, that can work.
I can see that.
But if that works, that has to be the last match. Period. Point blank.
But
Period.
don't have him
Right.
fight and then at
Don't have him fighting
backlash
for
you still
months.
got him.
You
No,
know
we
what
don't
I'm
need
saying?
that. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
we're not.
We
Yeah.
don't need that. That won't
Right.
be our one of our top 10 feuds of all time. Hey,
Right.
segue to
So the
Friday.
next match coming up, we'll go into this one, which I pretty enjoyed this match too. Was AJ? Speaking of Dominic, AJ versus Dominic Mysterio. I did enjoy that match. It was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Uh, then you see the dynamic. Braun Breaker comes in at the end, and I didn't even know that they was like, where did this come from? Because AJ only this is his first match back. So what was Braun trying to prove? Like he came in there and tried to spear AJ, and then he wound up spearing Dominic, and that just set up like a stare down for the IC title.
Hmm
I like where it's going.
hmm
I mean, I would like to see more now.
Yeah, I say I thoroughly enjoyed this match. What I do remember, I think this about 2, 3 weeks ago, and they were
Hmm.
introducing AJ Styles to the manager to I forget his name, Adam Pierce. Yeah, there it is,
Yeah,
Adam Pierce, right? And they were introducing himself, and I think when there was a point, if I'm correct, where AJ Styles walks off and Braun Breaker comes in with the belt,
right.
and like he wants to prove something. So I'm thinking that's a callback from that moment.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what I'm thinking because if you take away that situation, it wouldn't make it weird for the champion just to attack somebody for no reason.
Right.
Like normally the challenger would attack somebody, something like that. So I'm thinking that was a setup for tonight. That's what I'm thinking. Like that whole segment. I like the idea of them two feuding. That would be a hell of a match.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
First of all, it gives Braun a legit contender for the title because AJ hasn't had a belt in a while. But not only
Yeah.
that, you're in there with a seasoned vet who knows what he's doing in the ring that can teach you. You know what I'm saying? Teach you going along. You know what I'm saying? Seasoning yourself as you wrestle him and get some fights under your belt. With a seasoned vet. So I really like where that's going. Um, like I said, something new for AJ as far as getting him back in some type of title feud. So that's pretty cool to see. Um, but damn, when he speared Dominic, I'm like, damn, where does that leave Dominic? Like, is he going to be inserted in this too? Like, I can see him. You know what? Maybe Dominic do deserve a little shot at the IC title. Give him a title shot.
Hmm.
Why not?
Yeah. Because when he got spit, I was like by accident. I was like, if they follow this up next week with something, then
Right.
that could be something. If they just act like it didn't happen, he just don't care, then it'll be 1-on-1. But if they
Hmm.
follow up, like I said, he got upset and he got speared by accident, then that could be a potential triple threat match. And
Yeah,
then maybe then it goes back to what we just talked about with Finn Balor. Maybe he gets jealous that he doesn't have a title match.
that's true.
Because before, I think the backstage segment, he was like, "Yeah, you qualify for your match. I'm gonna win mines and all this." So he's already talking like he's already got something going, and he's
Right.
looking at Dominic Mysterio like, "You ain't got nothing going on for you."
But you see the frustration in his eyes, though. I guess they planted
Yeah,
that seed. Like he's very
yeah,
frustrated in the situation.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean, even down to his music is trash. I'm like, dude, I like they screwing
that
his character all up, yo.
that music is trash. I don't know
Trash can.
that grocery bag mask on his head. I don't know what that is, but I'm not a fan of that.
Right.
Why are we doing this?
I have no idea.
Like, can you even see? I was
He went from the
like,
cool biker dude to like, with balaclava. What you call them, balaclavas?
yeah, yeah. I don't know
Like,
what that
yo,
was.
stop it, man.
Right, exactly, exactly.
Yeah. So, I mean, what would you rate that match, though? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give that match. I'm gonna give it two. I'm gonna give it 3 stars. I'm gonna give it 3 stars. It
I
was
would give
decent,
that. I really can enjoy that match because I was excited to see them have a back and forth. I have a 3.8 on my
yeah,
scale as far as the rating. Far as the story afterwards, just to
right,
boost it up a little bit, I give it a 4.1 just because of that. Because there's something built. There's a
right,
curiosity that can happen to next week. So that's what I would say for that whole segment and the whole match and
mhm,
everything like that. That's what I would say.
right. So the next segment we're gonna run into the next segment is Dakota Kai versus Ivy. Well, first of all, Dakota Kai and Ivy now was talking backstage
Yeah.
how she's gonna win the IC title and how she's gonna win the rematch and then become the contender for the IC title. Uh, I call this a piss break match of the night because this was really really boring.
Yeah.
Um, Dakota Kai, you laughing? It is the piss break match, man. Because
Yeah.
first of all,
Because I wrote that in my notes. That's why I'm laughing.
I'm gonna tell you why I call it you. Because first of all, I like Dakota Kai. She has a nice look, but she stays injured too much. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I can't really get behind her and take her serious.
Yeah.
Ivy now, I don't see nothing in her really. I'm gonna be honest with you. She's just like another stage hand to me.
Yeah.
Um, it was just boring. And then Lyra Valkyrie, the one who holds the IC title, she's boring as hell too. So nobody. I mean, it's just like a snooze fest. I'm not
I,
excited now. Okay, so on the other hand, you have the United States Championship.
Hmm.
Chelsea. At least Chelsea's bringing some type of personality to
She
the title.
does.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah,
This is like I forgot they even had a women's intercontinental championship.
yeah. It's funny
I'm being real.
because I was making some dinner, like watching that match,
Yeah,
and she was sitting down in the chair. I couldn't see the belt. I was just like, "Why? What's she doing?" Like, I
right.
forgot that she was the champion until they said it. I do feel like she doesn't have a presence with her. I mean,
No,
now, there is somebody that, what's her name? Roxanne Perez.
yeah,
I saw her match. I was like, they need to swap. She need to put,
bro,
why is
bro,
she not there? That's where she needs to be. She needs to
bro.
be in that spot. That's what I thought.
They can actually Raw the mid card on Raw can actually use some talent swaps
Yeah,
because they don't have a good mid card women's division on Raw.
not at
That is the
all.
most driest. That's like watching, looking at your washing machine, and not
Yeah,
about looking at your dryer, and
yeah,
it's going in like spin something like, what's going on?
yeah,
Looking at, it's just terrible, man. Like
yeah,
looking at paint dry on the wall.
yeah. I wasn't a fan of this. I was like,
Like you
okay,
can
get it
actually
over
put,
with.
I can tell you for this, you can actually put Piper Niven on that side. You can actually interject. You can bring some people up from NXT. You can bring Lash Legend over. I mean,
Yeah,
I can't wait for like when Stephanie and Julie and them come over to Raw and SmackDown because that's going to, you know, try to spice it. It's going to spice it up a little bit. But for now, that mid card belt on Raw is terrible, man. For
yeah.
the women,
They got to do something with that. Maybe
yeah,
after Mania, they always have a bunch of
shake that
debut
up,
and
man.
all that because it has to be shaken up
Right.
because
I
that
like
that
who else?
it's missing.
I don't even know who else you can. I mean, you got Kari Sane. She's injured right now.
Yeah.
I
Who
don't
else is
know.
there?
I don't know.
Yeah, because that belt needs some kind of life.
Right.
That has to be the workhorse women's title. Same thing they did for the
Yeah.
guys. It has to be something,
It has to be a workhorse
interesting.
title, yeah, for
Yeah,
the
it
women.
can't be just, oh, who is that? Like, no, it can't be that.
I mean, literally, like you said, she sitting there on the belt. I didn't even know she had it on. I'm like, dude, what is going on? I just did something else. I wrote
Yeah,
down she won. That's it. The
yeah,
clock out one.
yeah, yeah.
That's it.
Those were the ones like I didn't give too much thought. I was like, okay, yeah, this
Right.
one it must
So
be a
moving
2 hour
on from that
segment.
segment because that was the piss break of the night.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Gunther came out
yeah.
like Jey Uso, and I was like, okay, Gunther. I thought he was gonna show some show some
I
personality,
thought he
but
was about to.
he played him. He played him. He
Yeah,
came out and he was talking trash to the crowd. He told a little boy, he said, "Move out my way for something bad happened to you."
he's
I was
so
like, "Oh
great,
damn."
man.
Yeah, so then he came out, he's talking trash to Pat. I thought him and Pat was going to get into it, but
Yeah,
Jay came out and made the save. So
yeah.
overall, that was just a nice little segment, to keep their feud going. So here's the thing: even with that, I was sitting back and talking to my wife, and I was like, "That's cool and all, but WrestleMania's in April. This is going to be a long, like, couple weeks to see this drawn out every week. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
we got 10 weeks.
it's long, right? Like they started the feud too early, in my opinion. You think so?
I see. This is part of the internet's frustration with Mania this year. They started everything early and it kept saying, we got 61. It's like, what? We got 61 days until Mania?
That's 2 months.
How they gonna how they gonna build this up? Because they have to do something. It can't be just I cut a promo, you cut a promo, we fight. It has to be something.
Right.
I mean, I enjoyed what they did tonight, but it's going to be a
You can't do that
long
every night.
stretch until Mania.
But see, the problem is I think they moved WrestleMania to April,
Yeah, they moved it. They pushed it back like 2 weeks.
2 weeks in April, right?
Yeah, normally it's like April 2nd or April 7th for one
Yeah,
of
yeah,
those.
yeah.
Like it's like that. This year
Like the first
it's the
week of April.
20th. Yeah, this is the 20th. It's never been this late.
Man,
It's never been this late. Like it's
yeah. And then another thing that
mm,
I see that around this time was they gave the press conference last year when
yeah,
Cody was got slapped in the face by The Rock when they did the whole bloodline tree thing, and
yeah.
that kept us intrigued. I'm like, yo, like what's going? And then the storytelling was so. You got to admit, the storytelling last year was. I don't think they could never top that
No,
ever. That
no.
was like premium storytelling.
I think last year we got spoiled about everything. We
Yeah,
got spoiled. Let's
right,
be honest, because this time last year they did it just it's hard to believe they did it around the same time. You
right.
had so much going on. You had The Rock on SmackDown for a good 5 weeks in a row straight. You
Right,
had that going. You had Roman Reigns and you had Cody. You had the Stones. And it's too much.
right.
This year, just like, where is it at? So that's part
But
of bringing
I don't
back the
feel that.
center.
I don't feel the same. I don't feel the same energy like
No,
last year. You know what I'm saying?
no.
Damn.
It's and you got Cena who's not really active right now. You got Roman
Right.
who's not active. So it's just so many different factors.
Yeah. So,
Hmm.
man, I
Yeah.
don't know, man. The way he's shaping up, I'm liking what I'm seeing from. I'm liking what I'm seeing from Raw. Right. Like as far as I like the stories that they're trying to put together, the matchups that I
Right.
just don't feel the actual plot or the substance right now. And
Yeah.
that's where I'm trying to get to. Like
Yeah.
this time last year, we felt something. We was like, okay, okay, I'm ready for this.
Yeah.
This year, it's like they already announced Jay and Gunther. They already announced Charlotte and Tiffany Stratton, and WrestleMania is like 2 months away.
Yeah.
Like,
We got
I'm
a
just intrigued.
we got a long ride
Long,
to
yeah, we got a long
to
ride, man.
Mania. Yeah.
So before we even get to the next segment, I don't know if you saw it or caught it. I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing this.
Hmm.
Did they say that we're having another crown jewel? Like,
They said that.
I thought it was in November.
I might have stepped out for a second.
Because they even have the if you look in the ring mat, they had the advertisements in the ring. They had the Ridius Saudi Arabia logo in the upper corner
Oh,
of the mat. So I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah. I did notice
are we? And
that.
then he kept playing like Crown Jewel commercials. I'm like, dude, that's it. I kept missing the date for some reason. I just kept missing the date. I
Uh-huh.
might have to go back and look at it, but I hope they're not having another Crown Jewel right after WrestleMania. That'd be crazy.
Yo, dang, they might. Did they do Backlash last year?
They damn did it? Yeah, they
Did they
did
do
backlash
Backlash?
last year.
Yeah, Cody, because Cody for AJ.
Yep, yep.
Dang, they might do that.
Yeah, that's wild, man. That's wild.
Dang, they might. Yeah,
Yeah.
because they haven't said anything about Backlash or Payback or anything of those things. So that might be the case. Then they might do that.
Right.
Hmm.
Hey, look, man. I mean, if you do it, man, you got to build it up because
Yeah,
to me, I think that the Saudi Arabia is like it's just so out of the blue. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's never no build up to it. They only got like they build it up for like a couple weeks and that's it.
yeah, they do. It's never like a solid like
Right.
it's never like a solid like build up between weeks and weeks. It's always like a quick one off, and then they do their thing. So never. This was another show. Hmm.
Right.
I'm not go back and watch that. Only
Yeah,
commercial
you
I
got to go
kept
back and
seeing
check that
was
because
the
looking at it, I was
American
like,
Beer one.
I don't know if I'm ready for that right now, but we'll see.
Only thing I kept seeing was the American Beer commercial. I'm like, oh,
Oh,
jeez.
oh my God.
God.
I
Jeez.
mean, you think he making himself look pathetic at this point?
Yeah. Yeah.
He looks like a character. I can't even say a caricature of himself. I can't even say to pronounce the word, ladies and gentlemen.
He,
But he looks like a fool.
he does.
Yeah,
I don't know who was on his PR team, but
they
horrible.
are terrible, man.
And then he keeps opening his mouth saying stupid stuff, and he's talking about like they ain't talking about Kendrick and all this. I'm like, oh, please shut up,
But
please.
here's the thing: he used to be a hero of mine. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm
I
saying
used to
that's
be
why I'm
over
taking
in
it
the
this
early
way.
'90s. Eat your vitamins, say your prayers. You're doing all this and ripping the shirt off, and now he's just like, oh, bro, if I could, he's a clown, man.
Yeah, I can't. It's like, yeah, take your vitamins, take your prayers, drinking milk and all this. Now, if we're adults with families and wives and kids, now it's
Yeah,
like, buy my beer. What? No,
nah, I don't want that, man.
no, no. Mm-mm.
I don't want it.
Skip.
But no,
I don't want that, yo.
yeah, I don't want it. I don't want your beer. I don't want your politics. Just stay away from me, Hogan.
Yeah, just stay home, please.
Yeah,
Stay away, and don't come to the shows where we're at in person,
right.
because
Don't come
yeah.
back to the show. So, so following up that next backstage promo, we had Raquel coming to the ring, and she was talking, doing a promo on winning an elimination chamber,
Hmm.
and then she was talking about beating Roxanne Perez. So then that goes, I hate them. You know what? I hate when they do that. They do a segment right before they go into another match, and then come back and do that match over instead of just going right into it. Like, it's
Yeah,
stupid.
yeah,
So
because it
anyway, they
make more
did the
sense.
match.
Yeah.
To my opinion, was match of the night. In my opinion, was the Penta versus Pete Dunne match. I really enjoyed that match. It was really fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed that match too. I have actually had that as a 4.8. I enjoyed that match. That
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah. That
was
was a pretty
slowly
cool match right
entertained.
there. Yep.
I'm curious what they're gonna do with this feud because they had the three of them out there at the same time, so they're gonna like really interact with each other. That was
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Penta. He
Yeah.
got it. He got
I
it.
think I think that with Penta right now, they're just giving him they're just trying to, get him acclimated to the WWE style.
Mm.
You do see little brief mishaps, so like how he used to wrestle in AEW and how
Okay.
like what I'm saying, like you could tell how unseasoned they were.
Mm-hmm.
So you see the styles are different right now, the way he has to wrestle. But
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, you
Okay.
start them off with people that got good wrestling backgrounds like Pete Dunne. You're going to put him in with Kaiser. Kaiser's a good hand. You can work with Kaiser. You can work all styles. So I see what they're doing, but I mean, it's not really going to go anywhere. It's going to give him like saying some notches under his belt. But I like it so far, man. So far, the way they treating him, the way they gotten him, acclimated to the system so far, and how they lining up his matches to go with that luchador style. Because I'm gonna let you know I'm glad they didn't put him in like the LWO or have him feud with the LWO off the break. You know what I'm saying? That would,
Okay.
in
Okay.
my opinion, that would have ruined him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get
Yeah. I
him,
see your point.
get him wrestling like different styles. You know what I'm saying, to build him up. So I think they did pretty good with that.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like as a fan who just like starting to watch him now, to be
Yeah,
honest, so it gives fans like me who haven't seen him in AW say AWO,
AWO.
it's a whole new company. It's
Right,
probably out there somewhere
right,
too. Who haven't used to seeing him in other companies, so this
right,
gives fans the opportunity to see his work. So
right,
I like the idea of them booking him slowly, and then like I could see him getting like an Intercontinental title at some point, something like that, like down the line. But right now, he's gaining more momentum as he speaks, so it's a good way
right.
that they're doing that. So I definitely agree with that point of view.
Yeah. So then we run into the Roxanne Perez. I was kind of mad that they didn't give her the spotlight for her coming down the ring. They just cut the commercial and she's already standing in the ring. I'm like, dude,
Yeah,
she's a two-time NXT Women's Champion. Show us some type of respect.
yeah,
I just got
yeah.
finished seeing her live at Vengeance Day, the Saturday just passed, and she did a hell of
Oh,
a job in that Fatal 4-Way. So
hmm,
she can really go. So I have no problems with her being on Raw. Probably in that mid card, getting that mid card division up before they and put her into the women's main event scene. So I think Roxanne is really good.
yeah,
She has a good look to her. She can really go in the ring. Everybody knows she can go in the ring. It's just a matter of time they bring her up full time. Because what else is there? What is it there left to do in NXT? She did everything.
yeah,
So,
yeah. I agree. There's nothing left. Tonight, just to have how I had the same thought process last Friday
right,
with Tiffany Stratton. I'm thinking the same thing with like, oh, she got it. She can go in the ring. She has a
yeah,
presence. She needs to be taken seriously. She needs to be treated like a superstar. You shouldn't have her interest cut off like she's some ham and egger, like
right,
like Raheem say back in the day. She
right,
needs to be taken seriously. So I'm a fan of her. So I'm really gonna like start watching her matches closely because she's gonna go far. She's gonna go far. Like
right.
I can tell. Like
So
please
I
do this
mean,
right.
but even with that, I think with the Raquel, they had Bianca and Naomi come in interfere in that match. Kind of knew that that's what they was going to do because they challenged it for the tag titles, but um, it was uncalled for. I mean, I really didn't see why. They could have just did. They didn't have to interfere in the match. They probably could have just stand on the ramp or something like that, met them while they was coming off the ramp or something like that. But I'm just to me, I see a lot that with the booking now. If you really think about it, every match has to end in some type of interruption or disqualification.
Mm.
Did you? I mean, do you notice that? Or
I,
maybe it's just me.
Now that you thought about like you said that, that's a
Yeah,
good
every
point.
match seems to like it's like you rarely see a clean victory these days now.
Dang, it's like Vince Russo booking this.
Right,
Um
right. Hit it on the head, man. So
Wow,
then,
that's a good point. That's a good point.
right. So following that, New Day came out with the heavy booze in the promo. Um, yeah, man, they fell off the edge of the earth, man. I don't think they. I'm not saying that they fell off because you can still get your you can still get your popularity up with being a heel. You know what I'm saying? But the way they getting booed, man, God, they getting booed worse than Dominic now, yo.
Yeah, they're catching heat. My only thing is they need to be packed up.
Yeah,
They need to be packed up for like months. Just have them go away for a minute, have come back like nothing happened.
right,
Because I feel like with the heel turn, like with the whole Big E thing, they didn't really capitalize on the whole situation. I feel like they don't really have anything planned. Yes, they attack Rey Mysterio, but he's come back and he fights. It's like it's not really interesting to me. Like it's not
right.
really something that I enjoy. Yeah, I've sent them away for a minute. I don't like it. I don't have anything for them. Like it's hard for them to catch major heel heat. You know,
Hmm.
it, they come out every week saying trying to talk and the crowd boo him. And I don't know if they pipe in the crowd noise for that. So I don't know how
They could be
they
because
could
it's
be.
that those boos sound hard, yo.
Yeah, they did. They did.
Right.
Yeah, so yeah,
So
pack them up.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, but like I'm gonna go hit on the point that you just made. Like ever since the Big E thing, like it seemed like they're stuck in the mud too because like Jake just constantly doing promos. They're not really wrestling. They're doing promos a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like feeling like they've been wronged or something like that. And I'm like, with the Big Heat, the whole Big E thing is that, he's not even cleared to wrestle yet. So why would y'all even pull that trigger to do that to him? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like they could have did something else to gain heelish heat instead of, treat E like that. But
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
we'll see when WrestleMania comes because I still think there's a chance that he might be cleared to wrestle them at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Like maybe him and Rey Mysterio partner up to face the New Day.
Mm.
That's what I'm you heard that first on here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep. Fantasy booking 101.
Yeah,
Hey,
fantasy booking.
that
Mark
might
that on your
happen.
calendars.
That might
Mark that
happen.
on your calendars.
That might happen because even the fact that he's clear, but you can hide certain things in a tag team match. So that
Right,
hmm,
right.
we'll see. That can work. They for that, it's not exciting, but that's something, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
And then finally, the final match of the night, ladies and gentlemen, is Seth versus Finn Balor. And
Yes.
you already know that Finn wasn't winning this match. I when I saw that he was facing Seth, I was like, he ain't winning this match. I
Mm-mm.
already knew Seth was going to win. Um, I really didn't pay attention to this match like that. I'm gonna be honest with you. This match right here. I mean, I saw the first 5 minutes, maybe I was into it, but then it just lost interest completely. I'm like, I know who's gonna win.
Yeah.
So, and your thoughts on it? I'm gonna let you carry this one.
We'll call this booking problem. We if you
Right,
notice a lot of our episodes, we say the same thing. Not because we're being redundant, because it's actual truth. A
right,
lot of matches that we review, we're like, we already know the results of this.
right.
And I feel like that happens a lot on Raw and SmackDown, to be honest.
Yeah,
A lot of time with the matches, you feel like you already know who's going to win. So yeah, the match may be exciting, but at the same time, it's no actual, dang, is he going to win? Who's going to win? Like
right.
that point is taken away
Yeah.
from the free shows that we watch every week. So
Hmm.
when you kind of have an idea who's going to win, it takes away excitement. It
Right,
takes away the fact that let me pay attention. Let me put this down. Let me actually watch this match to see what's going to happen. I agree with you 1,000%. I
right.
already knew what was going to happen, but yeah, I like them two together. But we already knew the result was so,
Yeah.
and we kind of knew how it's going to end. He'll celebrate. Okay, let's go off the air. I was like, that's why I texted. I was like, yeah, I'm already set up. I was
Yep.
setting up. I was setting up. Like there is no way unless
These are
Roman comes
already setting
back
up.
and
But
spears
see,
him.
and then it goes
Yeah.
back to like I want to, I'm not trying to show the age. We already know we old heads, but when you go back to like the Attitude Era, you go back
Yeah.
to like the New Generation era, like
Yeah.
you had wrestlers like Goldust, Razor Ramon who had their feuds, right?
Hmm.
Or you had like Brett Shawn, you had Austin Taker, stuff like that. They were so good, right? That you didn't know who was going to win that night.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's what kept people like, what I'm saying, interested in the product because they're like you don't know who's going to win because even though Finn is popular, he's not as popular as Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
So Seth Rollins is going to come out on top. Plus, it's going into elimination chamber match, so you already know you got a perspective to say, hey, Seth is going to win. You can book it in your mind before it even happened. But back then, I'm looking at like let's just say for instance, Goldust, Razor Ramon.
Mm-hmm.
Goldust is like white hot. Razor Ramon is white hot. You don't know who was going to win that match. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
What's another good example? Um, yeah, Brett and
Um,
Sean.
oh
You
yeah,
know, you couldn't tell
definitely.
who's going to win on what given night.
Red and Sean, Stone Cold and Taker Kane,
You take your
Rock
cane,
Austin, Foley Rock, like
right?
Cena, CM Punk. Like you just don't know who's gonna win, so
But
that
now
adds
it's
to the
like,
excitement.
but now it's so predictable. You know what I'm saying? So I think they
Yeah.
need to really, really pipe down and focus in on like actually surprising people sometimes.
Yeah.
Like it would have been so good for Finn to win that match and have Seth go into a tailspin, making him crazy. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
Yeah.
then having him come out because Punk made the match, right? That way you can have Seth come and attack Punk at the chamber. My boy, I can write this, man. I can
Ooh.
write this.
Yeah. See, that's good booking right there. Have him come
Yeah,
out, attack Punk, and they fighting, and all of a sudden Roman comes back, and they, yeah.
right.
See,
And you
that's
had Finn qualify. It doesn't hurt for Seth. It doesn't hurt Seth because we know Seth is going to be in some type of WrestleMania match. You could
yeah,
have, but he wasn't going to go for the title.
yeah,
But you can have him lose the match, go into a tailspin, make his character more crazier, darker, or whatever you want to do it. Because right now, truth be told, I think Seth really is. If there was to go that route, Seth would be the heel anyway because CM Punk is white hot as babyface right now.
yeah,
Roman just got out of the whole heel phase, and he's not really a good heel unless he's with the bloodline. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, I
yeah.
think he's better like as he was prior to losing to Cody. So I really see Seth as the heel, but that's just me doing fantasy booking in my mind.
That idea wasn't great.
I mean, you agree? I mean,
I agree. Yeah, that idea would
yeah,
be
yeah,
great. Yeah, because yeah, going to next week it'd be the go home show for the chamber. So
right.
hopefully they bring some heat next week, and
Yeah, they got to, man.
they got
They got
to.
to.
Yeah, they got
Yeah.
to.
So the chamber is set now. I
Yeah.
think for the men we got Damian,
Mm-hmm.
John Cena, CM Punk, um, Seth Rollins now.
Yeah.
One more I'm missing.
Oh, dang. I forget somebody. We forget somebody. Hold on. Damian Priest, John Cena, Seth Rollins,
CM Punk.
CM Punk. Who's it? John
Six.
Cena. We said Cena already, right?
Yep.
Who's the other person?
It's six.
Six. It's this guy. Oh, Logan Paul.
And Logan Paul. That's
Logan
why
Paul. Logan Paul.
I don't care for that.
He's there for the spots.
Right, he is for the spots.
He's
So the
going.
men's is set now.
Yeah.
You got the women who has Bianca,
Yeah.
Naomi,
Yeah. Live.
which is stupid. Why would you have two of the tag team champs in the match? You got Roxanne who just joined. Um,
You got
that's crazy. I don't know. Did Liv make it? Yeah, Liv made it.
yeah, Liv made it.
Liv. So that's four. I need two more.
Wait a minute. Did it I think there's is there a final spot for this Friday or is that was that it?
It might be a final. It might be
I
a
think
final
it
spot
might
this
be another
Friday.
spot. If we're correct, there might be a final spot. It
Yeah,
just
it might be a final spot.
right now we just forgetting somebody, but they
But we
might.
are missing one person though.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
Yeah, I just named four women. But
Hmm. Yeah.
that's how the women's match is not even interesting to me. No disrespect, ladies, if you are ladies and you are listening. There's no
Yeah.
disrespect to ladies in general. We're just saying that the way the booking is subpar
Yeah.
right now.
The
For
way,
just that,
yeah.
just for that elimination match. Because like I said, Charlotte and Tiffany Stratton's already set. So EO is facing Rhea Ripley at Elimination Chamber, I believe, right?
Yeah, yeah, right.
So
Yeah.
who's going to challenge Rhea at for the World Heavy?
Do you do Roxanne Perez?
Nope. You already know who it
That's
is.
too early. Yeah.
Becky Lynch. It
Yeah.
gotta be Becky.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, the last match is this Friday, so she could come back and join that match to be a surprise entrant in the
That'd be
elimination.
surprised. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be surprised because she
Yeah.
hasn't came back yet. So That
Yeah,
could
she
be
already
one.
signed her extension for her contract. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Coop is on you now. Lead us into our next segment.
All right. So every week we're going to do a segment called Monday Night Hot Takes.
Yep.
What that means, things we hear on the internet, the dirt sheets and everything like that. So tonight we're going to cover a topic that I have been seeing on my social media all day long. And the thread is I seen on YouTube, I seen on Instagram, I seen on Facebook. People are pissed. People are not liking WrestleMania 41. Granted, we are 10 weeks away. At the time you're seeing this video, we are 60 days until WrestleMania at the time you're seeing
Wow.
this video and hearing this
Wow.
podcast. So the overall stint is everyone doesn't like the buildup. Everyone is saying it's no excitement to WrestleMania. Everyone is saying
Right.
this is terrible. What's your thoughts on this, bro?
Well, I mean, we touched on it. We touched on it today.
Hmm.
We just got finished talking about it. The
Yeah.
booking. And to me, I think it's too early for some of the matches to be announced because you're 63 days away. That's two
Hmm.
months, basically. Um, I think they're rushing it, as far as trying to do the matches. Even though they got two matches set in stone, which would be the Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair and the Gunther and Jey Uso. But like I said, who wants to see them go back and forth for 2 months before
Yeah.
WrestleMania? That's stupid.
Yeah.
So I can see why people are pissed. Um, it just it doesn't have the mystique like it had last year. You know what I'm saying? At least last year you couldn't tell what was happening because they kept it so far close. They kept it so close to the chest. You didn't know where it was going, where it was coming from. And for this right now, I just feel like it's just being manufactured, like robotic almost. Like, oh, this person fight this person, this person. I'm like, come on, dude, y'all got it. You can do better than this.
Mm.
So I see why people are upset. Um, yeah, man. What are your thoughts? Because that's all I got for that one.
Yeah, good point. As a wrestling fan, my least favorite time of the year is like February because
Right,
I be trying to like, come on, no way out, get out the way, roadblock, move so we can get to so we can get to the main storylines. But then back then, Attitude Era, PG era, even a couple of years ago, the WrestleMania days wasn't so far apart.
right,
WrestleMania was either March 31st, April 2nd, or 7th, around, always around that time.
right.
This is
Either
the
the last week of March or the first week of April.
Yes, correct. This is
Right,
the first time where it's been pushed back for a number of weeks,
right,
where it's like April 19th, April 20th. Now, I do understand what everybody's saying. As a wrestling fan, I totally understand. I totally get it. So
right.
I'm trying to look at things from all perspectives. There's a lot of factors that we don't know about.
Mm-hmm.
Point one, the John Cena factor. Let's go with that first.
Okay.
Right now, he's currently filming a movie in Hungary at the moment, right?
Yep.
So he's scheduled to appear after the chamber in for 70 weeks over and over again for us at that point to really start his retirement tour or whatever it is, right?
Right.
So there's that point. When it's part of the story building with John Cena coming up. Another point, the Rock factor. This man did say, be patient, enjoy the ride the Rock is taking you on. Whether
Mm-hmm.
he's feuding with Roman or feuding with Cody, we don't know what's going on.
Right.
But they push a day back because of his schedule, his Hollywood schedule.
That could be it.
You've been kind of quiet on social media. You haven't been saying much.
Mm-hmm.
So there is that factor right there. And then the factor of as wrestling fans, we are fatigued right now because it's not a lot of excitement. And the biggest thing I can think of last year, yo, we got spoiled last year.
You touched on it earlier. That's what you said, man. We
We
got
got
spoiled.
I
And
had to
I
think
agree
about it. We
100%.
got spoiled. I was like, I wish I can imagine if we started this podcast like this time last year. Oh man,
Yeah.
he got spoiled.
Right.
Just think about the audience, just think about this.
Yeah.
This time February, you had a press conference.
Right.
You had we want Cody, we want Rocky, you had all that. You had Rock turning heel slowly
Real
with his
slow.
character. You had his character developing week after week with the interest, with the vest, with the everything.
Yep.
You had that
Final
going
boss.
on. And then you had the way the story was built up was everything that happened in night one is going to affect night two.
Yep.
So you had that. You had Seth Rollins and you had Cody Rhodes, Rock versus Roman. And
Mm-hmm.
then you had Seth still feuding with Drew McIntyre in that
Right.
same time. So everything's kind of building up. And then you had Jimmy versus Jey Uso. That was in there too.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had Solo in the background. So yes, so many factors. Guys, we got spoiled last year. I do feel like I'm confident that they're going to do something great
Right.
coming up, but it's going to take long.
Yeah.
My favorite show is Power. And I say this
Mm-hmm.
because when Power kicks off, it always starts off slow. The first two episodes kind of, introducing the characters and all this. Then
Right.
when it comes to like the season finale coming up, everything starts to pick up.
Everything picks up. Yep.
As a wrestling fans, I'm telling myself the same thing. Let's be patient, y'all.
Yeah.
It ain't easy, but let's be patient. Let's just hope that they got something good. Like the last bad mania, I would say for me was,
Oh boy.
hmm, think about this. The last
Trying to
bad,
think myself. I would say that the last one I really didn't really care for was the one with Sting and Triple H and them. Remember
oh,
Triple H fought Sting? I
yeah.
think it was at 30, 33, 32,
30, 30, 31.
31. Yeah,
That was
because
10
I
years
was
ago.
like kind of pissed because they make
Yeah,
Sting comes back and Triple H goes over him. Like, come on, my
yeah,
dude. Like, why?
yeah, yeah. I can see that. I
Yeah,
think my
so I was
last
kind
one
of
was
pissed off that. And then, I
34.
mean, just for personal reasons, because I used to like Sting,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
still like Sting, but,
yeah,
you know, as a
yeah,
personal reason, but I just feel like that WrestleMania was so drawn out. Like,
yeah.
yeah. And that Daniel Bryan one, too.
30. No, that was 30, right? Yeah, 30.
Yeah,
That
that
was
one was
30.
pretty, it was pretty lame, too. It was okay, but
Yeah,
wasn't really like the last three WrestleManias has been awesome. They've been awesome.
yeah,
But,
40,
you
30.
can't hit
Yeah,
every year, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
you gotta, you can't hit every year, just put it like that. So,
And then if you think about it too, oh, my question, the last bad mania for me was I can't say 36 because I don't count like the whole pandemic era. So I'm not gonna
right.
count that, even though
Yeah, I
that
don't
was
even
just
count that.
like can't count that. I would say for me, the one I didn't enjoy for some reason, 34.
34. Which one was
That's when
34?
Brock fought Roman for the title.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That
I
one
got
I
so
didn't
tired of that, man.
when Cena and Undertaker had that squash match like for the
Yeah.
so I didn't
When Cena
enjoy
was
that
sitting in
one.
the crowd.
Yeah, that was terrible to me. I hated
Yeah, I
that
didn't really care for
WrestleMania.
that either.
I don't think I like any of the New Orleans WrestleManias. And I
Right.
don't think I
Nah.
and they're going there next year too. So, but,
They going
but
which one? Where they going next year?
I think New Orleans. That's the rumor.
I
That's the
thought somebody
rumor.
said he was going to what was it? Not
I know.
San Francisco.
I know SummerSlam is going to New Jersey.
Yeah, sometime going to New Jersey.
Yeah,
Yeah, they might come
yeah,
back to New Orleans.
yeah.
Yeah. I tell you what, another thing to touch on that is the fact that, you know, a lot of the performers right now, the main event players, like
Hmm.
Roman's not on TV. Cena's
Yes,
not on TV.
true.
Punk, I guess they're keeping Punk safe. They don't want to, just because he's older, he don't want to keep him. He's not wrestling. If Punk was wrestling normally on TV, maybe, but a lot of the heavy hitters are not on TV frequently. That's another thing that's killing the momentum too. Because if I am going to invest my time into watching the program, I want to see
Hmm.
the top stars. You know what I'm saying? This is wrestling. This
True.
is the road to WrestleMania. So you want to see how the top stars are going to interact with the other talent. Um, yeah, I think that's a big factor, man. To have your top talent on the during this time, just during this time, and then after the WrestleMania, you give them a break. You know what I'm saying? Take a time off. You know what I'm saying, till SummerSlam or something like that. But I really feel like we're missing a lot of superstars.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, we are. I didn't think about it till you said that. Like a lot of
Yeah.
people are out right now.
Yeah. Think about it.
So,
Like I was really getting behind Bronson Reed before he got hurt. At War Games. Remember he fell off.
oh
He jumped off
yeah,
the cage. But
yeah,
I was like, I was liking what he was doing, man. He was putting himself out there. He said, "Look, y'all ain't gonna get me shot. I'm gonna make my shot." You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Bronson Reed is not there. You know, uh, Tom Tongaloa went out with an injury. Randy Orton is not on TV. It's just so many people off TV right now. Yep.
That explains a whole lot, like
Yeah.
why it looks the way it looks and all that. So we still have to say with this lag segment of this episode, be
Yep.
patient. We're telling each other the same things, Joe. Be
Yeah.
patient. They're gonna
So I'm just gonna be real. Out of this Raw tonight, I would give it out of 5 stars. I'm gonna give it 3.25 stars. This wasn't. It's not the go home. Hopefully, they can do better on the go home. But this one was like kind of like subpar. It had some
yeah.
good segments in it. I'm not gonna lie, but overall match quality stuff like that, nah.
I'm gonna give it a 2 stars
2 stars.
for me. This is
Damn. Look,
because
you look.
I'm sorry, I'm being harsh. Normally I'm the one that's giving like the higher
Nah,
scale
hey, I'm with you, man.
because it was predictable. Like even though the matches were solid, like the Perez match was solid to me. The
Yeah,
Penta match was a solid match. The Seth Rollins match was a solid match, but
yeah,
they're too predictable. We know who's going to win, you
right.
know. And another, well, we'll talk about SmackDown. Another rant. I do feel like SmackDown runs too long, you know. But we'll
Yeah,
touch on that Friday. But anyways, I don't know why that just popped in my brain
right.
right here. But yeah, I gave it a two. I I'm hoping that next week everything kind of pick up because it's the go home show before the chamber, like cut some fiery ass promos and
Yeah.
get it
They're
in.
gonna have to, man. They're gonna have to pick up the speed a little bit,
Yeah,
pick up the pace. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Start, really start grinding for WrestleMania season. Like especially like going into the chamber, you want some type of hype with it. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to come in the chamber all dry. So yeah, they
exactly.
need to pick it up. Yep. I
Yeah,
think it starts
exactly.
this Friday. Actually, to be honest with you, I think it starts this Friday.
Yeah, it should.
Yeah.
It should pick up this Friday. It should be
Yep.
gonna start picking up. So we're going to be interested. We definitely reviewing Friday Night SmackDown. We definitely going to do
Yeah.
AEW this week too. So
Right. So, ladies and gentlemen,
hmm
uh, we're going to review what AW and NXT on Thursdays.
we can do that.
Yeah, we're
We
gonna
can do
get
that.
just get 2 days off. We're gonna watch NXT on Tuesday. Wednesday, watch Dynamite. We're gonna review both shows on Thursday. So stay tuned. Look for that one. I'm gonna let you go ahead. You sign them off.
Hey, stay tuned. We're going y'all see more of us again. Thank you for all your support with the
Right.
podcast channel. If you're listening going to work, safe travels. Um, If you are listening for the first time, thank you so much. If you are
Thank you.
watching on YouTube, like and subscribe to this channel. Share the channel with your wrestling friends, even your
Right.
casual friends who just started watching wrestling. Share the channel. We're dope. And every week you're
We're
gonna
doing.
see we are. Every week you're gonna see a segment of Monday Night Raw hot takes. So it could be what we see on dirt sheets, what we see
Yep.
on the internet, or what you guys send to us. If you guys got questions,
Yeah, leave it in comments. Leave your questions
yes,
in the comments, man. We'll answer as many. That's what we should do. We should have something where we answer all the questions.
we can
Like
do that.
take a
Yes.
question and answer. So
We
yeah,
can do
leave us
that.
your questions and even if you have a comment about the show, leave it to us,
Yeah.
and we'll respond to you in a timely manner.
hmm
We just love the support that you guys are showing us. Yeah, man, you
Yeah.
guys, man, we're doing this for
Email is
you
right
guys.
here.
So without y'all, it won't be possible, man.
hmm
Yep.
Again, guys, thank you so much. This has been episode 7. Episode
Episode 7,
7,
all the
y'all. We
gold,
almost at 10. All the gold, all the time. Thank you
all the
so
time.
much, guys. Peace.